I thought I'd marry my mum.
Before we start, if you want to see my super spooky Halloween video, you can do so by clicking the link on screen now. Click below to watch the original Sins video, or to buy The Mummy. The, movie, not the ancient Egyptian undead monster.
Maybe this is why no other man was allowed to touch her? It isn't a sex thing, they just don't want anyone messing up her body paint.
Yes, that must be why it's gendered as well, because only men have body paint smudging powers. Also, can we talk about how Imhotep almost looks like he's pretty much trying to smudge that body paint there? I mean, if I was trying to smudge some body paint, that is pretty much how I would do it. That was a missed sin, by the way, but there's no fucking missed sin counter anymore because of fucking iMovie. Fuck you, iMovie.
Naxunamun's soul had come back from the dead, but Pharaoh's bodyguards had followed Imhotep and stopped him before the ritual could be completed.
If Imhotep and his buds didn't ceremoniously slow walk in with the book, they could have completed this task before the guard showed up.
If there's anywhere I'd say it's okay to ceremoniously do something, I'd say that this ceremony would be the time and the place.
You just got promoted.
This is the French Foreign Legion, and yet some American guy is second in command.
Yes, Jeremy, this is the French Foreign Legion, full of troops who are foreign to France, as in not from France. Now, don't get me wrong, geography is not my strong point, but last time I checked, I was fairly sure that America was not France. Honestly, you adding a sin for this is like you ordering ice cream and then sending it back because it's fucking cold.
Have you no respect for the dead?
More importantly, have you no respect for the museum's assets and your sister's job?
Even more importantly, have you no respect for the basic human instinct of not wanting to snuggle with a 2,000-plus-year-old dead body? Again, that was a missed sin. Fuck iMovie. You know what? Fuck it. Can I just take this moment out, because it's as good a moment as any, to point out just how much I love this movie? I love this movie so much that I almost feel bad for criticizing it for the things that it actually does get wrong. The movie is largely a comedy, and a good comedy at that, but then on top of that, it still manages to be a compelling action-adventure thriller. One that makes you genuinely care about the outcome of the story. The overall feel of this movie reminds me so much of things like The Fifth Element and Spider-Man Homecoming in all the best of ways, and I just felt the need to share that.
Unfortunately for the executioner, Rick strengthened his neck muscles every day from the time he was 4 to survive this hanging.
People don't always die instantly from hangings. Also, you described this as unfortunate for the executioner when in actuality it's quite fortunate, since in the end they decide they don't actually want him dead.
What was this asshole doing the whole time? Is he the last resort, just in case somebody tries to escape the boat? Luckily, he was in the exact place he needed to be in order to do this. What was this asshole doing the whole time? Is he the last resort, just in case somebody tries to escape the boat? Luckily, he was in the exact place he needed to be in order to do this.
Luckily, he was in the exact place he needed to be in order to do this? To do what? Get beaten by Rick in a fight? That doesn't seem particularly lucky to me.
You just pay the man!
They lost all their stuff, but they didn't lose their endless supply of money that allows them to buy new stuff.
No, they in fact did not lose their money, because they keep their money in this revolutionary new invention called a wallet. One of the wallet's spectacular features is that it allows you to make your money highly portable and keep it on your person at all times. You know, instead of leaving it with the rest of your stuff as it gets destroyed in a boat fire.
Who cares about a book? Where the hell's the treasure?
Right, because no one would care or pay a lot of money for an ancient book that predates all other books that supposedly brings people back to life.
Is it just me, or does that sound exactly like the kind of sin I would write? Just putting that out there. That said, I'm fairly sure the movie is self-aware here, in that that is supposed to be a character within the movie making a dumb comment, rather than the movie having made the mistake itself. So, here's a sin that Jeremy missed. If Mr. Burns needs his glasses to be able to see in any meaningful way, and the mummy takes Mr. Burns' eyes, then how is it that with those eyes the mummy isn't just like, I can't fucking see, mate?
I thought these beetles ate people very slowly, so why is this dude immediately devoured?
Because there's an absolute fuck ton of them.
What is stiffness?
Imhotep takes so much time to kill Benny that he's able to Rolodex through all the main religions and their languages, and ends on the one that convinces the mummy not to kill him. Also, Benny wears a Janitor Keys-style necklace containing the symbols of all the major world religions, just in case his life is threatened by an otherworldly being who may be persuaded by one of those religions.
Honestly, I think that this scene is just so funny, and not even that far beyond logic, that sinning it really is a stretch. I'm sorry, I really am, but I just have to take this moment out to appreciate Rick's fucking hair. Look at that shit, that looks fucking awesome.
Seeing as how Imhotep needs to kill Daniels and Henderson in order to continue rejuvenating, this is kinda like protecting your cookie jar from Cookie Monster by enlisting 2 of your most delicious cookies to stand watch. Could have at least found a cat to hang out with them.
That was funny, and a good point. Here's a sin off. Even though I feel like I'm betraying one of the greatest movies of all time by agreeing with you.
The director said, let's have your character eat a human like an apple, all the way down to his core, and in silhouette. It'll make you look like even more of a silhouette-y asshole.
That sin was the stretchiest stretch to ever stretch. Are you seriously telling me that the consummation of that corpse was too similar to someone eating an apple? Really? I mean, I don't even care that the apple sins are joke sins. That was not close enough to anyone eating an apple. No.
This works.
Can you give me a reason it shouldn't work?
Shooting this mirror gets it to just the right angle to initiate the light mirror trick we saw the first time we were here.
Happening to shoot a mirror to the right angle is one thing, but then being able to light up that whole huge room with that one beam of light, that is impossible. So that's that. The sin total was 15 sins, and the punishment, obviously, has to be mummification. I mean, come on, how could it not be that? Now, I know what you may be thinking. Jay, you seem to be done sinning, but there's more than half the video left. But don't worry, I can explain, because today I have an extra long, extra special end segment for you, where you get to meet my flatmates. I'm going to pretend like this is the first time we're recording this.
Quality banner.
Hi guys, and welcome to this very special end segment in which I'm with other humans. 3 very, very, very nice ones that I live with.
Oh man.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Kyle. I'm Teague. I'm Nathan.
Well, that went well.
Even better than last time. Much better. Nathan actually remembered his own name.
Recently... People get really confused when they hear just like another guy laughing from behind the camera.
Yeah.
They'll think we've actually got like staff.
This is the director.
Recently, I asked you to give me questions to ask my flatmates, and you did. So, thank you. Question 1. Why are there so many midges in Scotland?
Midges? What's a midges? A midgie. The fuck's a midgie?
It says midges.
Midges? Or a midgie?
They're midges, they're not midges.
Because they spawn here. Yeah, they just fucking love it, man.
It's
like... smooth.
What do you hate most about Scotland?
Nothing. The J is here. It just fucking ruined it all, man.
How Julie?
Nah,
Shout out to Jason.
Worst thing about Scotland, fucking football team. Fucking shite. The rain. Yeah, the unpredictable weather. What do you not like about Scotland?
Let's turn on an interviewer.
Yeah. Until he's actually thinking or he's crumbling under the pressure.
There's not much I don't like.
Yes.
The weather is pretty shit, but the weather was shit back home as well. Do you think I am a nerd for doing these videos?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
But I love them. Yeah, they are.
They're funny.
Quality.
You've all seen them.
Yeah.
I feel special. I need to put my glasses back on so I can read. How much of a dick is Jay?
Why don't we sit him? Doesn't do dishes. Yeah, doesn't do dishes, leaves his shit
true.
everywhere. He drags his feet on the floor, which really pisses me off. He'll walk into a room and going, it took him here? It took him a he's fucking
That's not going in, I have that power.
What else is bad about Jay?
He left breadcrumbs everywhere.
I think you've had too much fun answering this question.
He leaves his milk out constantly. Oh yeah, he leaves his milk
It's
out.
stanky.
Fuck, marry, kill. Adolf Hitler, me, and your own mother.
Oh fuck.
I mean, has no one come out of the door and say kill Hitler? Like,
I was gonna say,
yeah, kill Hitler, yeah.
Here, to be fair, I think I'd marry my mum because I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you'd probably be.
It's just some mad civil partnership that's a bit looked down on. I'd marry my mum.
I'm just going to use that clip on its own.
Yeah. Dude.
But then I need to either I need to fuck Hitler or kill you or kill Hitler and fuck you.
Obviously fuck me.
No, I'm so
Obviously fuck me.
I need to fuck Hitler and marry.
You guys go outside.
It's not gonna be worse to fuck Hitler than it is to fuck me. But if you kill
fuck you.
That's fuck you, kill Hitler.
Then I'm like,
fuck you, kill Hitler.
Then there's the dilemma.
Nah, marry mum off for killing Hitler and fucking Jay.
No, what I'm just gonna say right now, how this video is gonna start, right, is you going, I think I'll marry my mum, and then it's gonna cut to the intro.
No.
Hey, are all of you guys British?
Scottish.
Scottish.
That is
No,
British.
we're Scottish.
Scottish.
What kind of shoes do you wear?
I'm wearing Converse right now.
Fucking Adidas 3-stripe Calypsos.
I'm wearing dirty Converse.
I'm wearing custom Converse because I'm a hipster twat.
I like your shoes, Jay.
Yeah, they're pretty smart.
Yeah.
Do you guys drink vodka?
Nah, that's like bad, man.
I literally saw.
First thing I saw Tig drink was...
Yeah, first
Half a
night I
litre
came
of
here,
vodka.
nearly killed myself.
First thing I saw Jay drink was tequila.
That went well. Who do you prefer, Groundskeeper Willie or the Scotsman from Samurai Jack, which I'm guessing you haven't seen?
I've not seen Samurai
Samurai
Jack,
Jack.
so good. Well,
It's always going to be Willie anyway.
yeah.
It's always
I
going to be
love
Willie
Willie.
wins. If that doesn't get in the start, my married mum wins.
What is your favourite YouTube channel besides this one?
Filthy Frank.
That's a solid choice.
Crick's official.
Oh, yeah, in fact, yeah.
Shout out.
There's going to be a link on screen now.
Wait, so you don't have a serious answer?
Yeah, I'd say
Do
Filthy
you have an
Frank.
actual serious answer?
Oh.
Oh! This is good.
Anthony.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Probably Rooster Teeth or something.
Probably Rooster Teeth.
Yep.
Or something.
Yep.
That's
What's that?
that.
What's that?
Kyle, what are you doing to the air there?
Practicing upside down piano.
So you have to put that laugh in as well.
Yeah, I can't cut that out. What's the worst part of having Jay as a flatmate? No offence, Jay, I love you, no homo.
I got loads of stuff, but your mum watches it, so...
You made
I want to know what you're going to say. You know I can cut anything out I want.
You blocked the toilet.
you fucking block.
It was out of action for days.
You broke the grill.
I broke the flush of the toilet. I didn't
The
block
cleaner
it.
had to come and like
Fix the flush
put a
of the
sign up to
toilet.
say the janitor needs this.
Yeah, he leaves his shit everywhere. Like he takes his shoes off in like the living area and just kind of leaves them about. Like
I know my mum is watching this right now going, yeah, he does do that.
Yeah.
He'll look at his phone and then go, "What's the time?"
or he'll go to do something, then sit and watch like old Doctor Who clips for like half an hour, and then just completely forget what he was meant to do.
What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Doesn't matter.
Um,
My whole uni career so far, embarrassing.
I couldn't nail it in one event. My life's pretty.
Just
I've done
living in general.
Yeah.
I'd say probably. I was playing a gig and like two of my strings managed to snap in the one gig, so I couldn't fucking play anything. And
That's not your fault.
yeah, but it's embarrassing when you're in front of folk and you can't really do anything about it.
All my embarrassing memories are my own fucking fault.
Hey, let's hear them.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. What kind of shampoo do you use? And remember to answer it like you haven't answered it before.
Elvive.
The old classic Lynx Africa.
That's a body wash, right?
So,
Oh, well, I use its shampoo as well.
Poverty.
what would be the funniest sport to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Pole vaulting.
that is completely accurate.
Hurdles would be quite funny.
Yeah, hurdles would be good.
You can go for the obvious ones like American football, but also be funny.
Yeah.
Bubble football.
Skydiving. You just don't open.
People would die.
Yeah.
What's the one where the horses are dancing?
Dressage.
Yeah.
That's the best way I've heard dressage described.
That's all the questions.
Well,
I mean, I didn't re-ask a lot of the ones we asked the first time because I just thought, you know, without it being impromptu, it wouldn't be as good.
We should now reverse it and you get to ask your subscribers some questions and they can answer in the comments below.
Oh, no.
I'm fine with this.
Why do you watch this shit?
how did you find his channel?
I've already asked them.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Take you whore.
Smash that thumb.
Yeah.
Carl, that's my hat. I've just realised you're wearing my hat.
Yeah, you let me borrow it for a day. No, we're asking questions to the viewers.
Yeah, Nathan, have you asked a question to the
I
viewers?
haven't asked questions to the viewers.
What do you want to ask to the viewers?
As someone who's not seen like all of Jay's videos, what's the best one? Apart from the Happy Llama one.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Everyone
You-
watched the
you-
Happy
you-
Llama
you-
one.
put
If you've
that
not,
on.
They've seen
you
it.
better have seen that video because it's.
Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this.
I hope you haven't.
Fuck's sake, let me end the video. Alright, I hope you
It's gonna ring the right.
That's a good idea. I hope you've enjoyed this.
Wow.
Fuck it.
Who's your favourite of Jay's Slap me.
Yeah, leave a like in your comment. Leave a like in your
Leave a like in your comment.
Leave a like best.
Who's your favourite? I'm Nathan.
I'm Kale.
I'm Tig.
And this has been Cinema Senses.